Well, good day, viewers. Today we're working on a 2009 Pontiac Torrent. It's here because the battery goes dead occasionally. I'm currently running it with the heater on high and the lights on high beam. The alternator is putting out 14.55 volts and roughly 80 amps. It's upside down. So I don't think we got a problem with the alternator. I'm just going to have a look at the diode ripple. That looks pretty much normal for this. You can change the time base down to about 5 milliseconds. You see a little bit of the ripple in there. But we don't have any bad diodes in the alternator. Now I think I know what might be going on with this thing. The customer reports the battery goes dead. I'm not sure if he's letting it sit for a couple of days or if it goes dead overnight or a day and a half. I asked him if the rear wiper was parked. And as you can see, it's not parked. So I've had a situation where the wiper motor is trying to park and it's either seized. This looks like it's been hit. And I asked him to pull the fuse for the wiper motor, which I believe he has done. So we're going to check it for a parasitic draw and see if that draw comes back, if it has a draw, and if it comes back with the wiper fuse installed. So I've temporarily installed a disconnect switch between the battery negative post and the battery cable. And I've wired in the switch so that I can turn it on and complete the circuit, start the vehicle, run it, shut it off, close the doors, and then after the interior lights shut off, I can open the disconnect switch and we can see the current flow. So that passes the current flow through the ammeter, and now you can see it's dropped down to 0.43 amps, which is 430 milliamps. Now it's down to 180 milliamps, and it'll incrementally drop down. I'm going to change the resolution now that we're down to less than 200, so it's 176. So that's probably a retained accessory power relay still on, and it'll take between 15 and 30 minutes for it to actually drop further than that. And that's the BCM going to sleep. So we're just going to pause the recording until I see it go to sleep. So it's been about 10 minutes now. We still have 185 milliamp draw, which is excessive, but we have to wait at least a half an hour for this thing to time out. I'll show you where that fuse is. So I've got the door open and that would trip the latch, but I've actually closed the latch, which simulates the door being closed. So that's why the interior lights are off. So that particular wiper fuse is fuse number 4, I believe. No, 3, fuse 3. And it lives down here. So it's this third one right here. Now it's removed right now, and I'm waiting for this 185 milliamp drain to go away before I reinstall that fuse to see if the fact that the rear wiper is not parked is what's causing the parasitic draw. So I got tired of waiting and put the fuse in. I can see that the fuse is live all the time. Now you can see we have a parasitic draw, and it comes and goes. It cycles on and off. That's because the wiper motor is attempting to park, and it has a circuit breaker built into it, and when it's stalled it's a dead short, so it basically overloads the circuit breaker in the motor. If you pay attention, you might be able to hear it. You can hear that click? That's the circuit breaker tripping in there. So we're going to leave that fuse out because according to the schematic, that's all it feeds is that wiper motor. You can see the diagram here. It goes from that number 3 fuse, 20 amps, straight to the rear wiper motor. I bet you we could see that fuse is warm with a infrared camera. So you can see now that it's timed out, it's gone down to 10 to 12 milliamps. Anyways, that's the problem. And let's go up to pause. So you can see the action of the circuit breaker. So anytime you see a parasitic draw that's cyclically turning on and off like that, that's usually a stalled electric motor, in this case a wiper motor. That I've seen power seat motors do this, power window motors, although the window would be you know, express up and not stopped. So you could do that, and that could be a problem with an express up circuit in a module, power window door module. But that's it for this one. That's all we're going to do is just disable the rear wiper because I'm sure he doesn't want to fix it.